Welcome back everyone. Today we're having a look at the mod Boston Riot Armor. Now with this there is supposed to be a baton type of thing. I could not find one. I have been trying for hours, trying all of the gunner locations that I know they'll usually spawn with batons. I could not find any at all, any of these new ones, so I cannot unfortunately look at it. If I do at some point, I'm going to try a bit more after this, but if I still can't find any, well then I can't do anything. If I do find it, I will make a another video, a sort of part 2 of this looking at the baton. Anyway, so with this mod adds as is the 1 melee weapon, the baton, and 3 new armor. So these are the armors. We've got light, sturdy or medium, and heavy. Now I will say, I kind of hope in one way, and just a bit of note for the creator of this, possibly maybe even since like meant to be Riot armor is maybe a sort of beanbag launcher type of thing. I think that'd be pretty cool sort of thing in the game. There could maybe be a quest for this stuff, because I will say I really love this stuff. Although the stats are definitely better than combat armor, they are definitely weighing a lot more. But yes, as there's definitely maybe a quest or something, and maybe like a beanbag launcher to go along with this, I reckon that'd be pretty cool. Anyway, let's get into it. So this is, as just having a quick preview of it, the light armor, and yes, as you can see here, oh, that's my light. They do at night time, the helmets do light up, which I don't see this too often, I will admit. I've looked at other armor mods in the past, and I think only a couple of them, the helmets lit up, which obviously something like this, I can really see. Another good thing about this is obviously the Minutemen, because of that sort of reason. Now for these, actually we'll say, you can find these on Raiders, Gunners and Brotherhood of Steel. I would actually kind of like to see maybe a chance, like a very small chance sort of thing, that maybe high level Raiders might have this stuff, because to me it kind of makes sense that Raiders could possibly get their hands on some of this stuff. I mean, they kind of, Raiders, I'm quite sure, I know Gunners get their hands on vertibirds, so, but I'm quite sure I've seen Raiders with vertibirds, so I'd really love to see something like that. There's this rare chance, but it could still be a thing. Anyway, as this is the light armor, this is the sturdy or medium, and then the heavy. I love the heavy. The hands here, I'm not 100% sure. I think those are kind of the same, or they look similar to the Mechanist's hand gauntlet type thing. So they actually do still look pretty cool. I will say there is a little bit of clipping here and there, as you can sort of see down here. The shoes are slightly clipping, as is not anything bad and that, but I think around, where was it? Yeah, like here, there's just a little bit of clipping, but as is, by all means, it's nothing bad. I mean, I've seen some other mods, and the clipping of armor is like really bad on some armors, but like I will admit, you barely even see this stuff. But I usually find stuff like this. But as is, like, all in all, there's very little clipping going on, so as is really good for that. Okay, so let's get on to the stats, and actually I will say very quickly, in case I forget for later, because I probably will, combat armor. So as is, this is meant to be stronger than combat armor, and so I looked at specifically heavy combat armor, and that's what we'll be looking at in a few minutes of the modifications. But so in total stats, heavy combat armor comes in with 112 damage resist, and where that sort of sits just, actually no, that actually I was kind of wrong. So the damage resist comes just under the light variant, but the energy resist is actually higher than the light variant of this. So technically for energy resist, it's higher than the light version of this stuff. But for the damage resist, it is lower. So that is interesting. I didn't realize that when I was writing down all the stats earlier. That is actually still pretty cool. As is, and see again, we'll just quickly up before we look at all the stats of the stuff. That sort of thing I do like with stuff like this. Of it kind of shows, and I mean, like with the light version of it, sort of thing like here, you'd kind of think it'd be. I mean, again, it's interesting that slightly better than heavy combat armor, but again, it does say it is meant to be significantly better. So, that is quite interesting. Anyway, on to the stats of the armors. So, for the light right armor, the chest piece comes in with, very quickly, again, before I forget. So, the total of the armor will also include the helmets, and those helmets have no modifications nor any of this armor. And it also has the uniform, the Riot uniform underneath, which again I'll say about the helmet and the uniform on the light version here, but the other two I'm not going to go into those. Anyway, getting back to it. So for the light right armor, for the chest piece, comes in with 28 damage resist and 25 energy resist. For the arms, and again for the arms and legs, this is single arm and leg, not the combination of two. So for the arm, it comes in with 26 damage resist and 12 energy resist. For the legs, we got 17 damage resist and 12 energy resist. For the helmet, we've got 18 damage resist and 15 energy resist. For the uniform, got 1 damage resist and 5 energy resist and 5 radiation resist, with a total of 113 damage resist, 93 energy resist, and 5 radiation resistance, or radiation resist. On to the sturdy armor. The chest plate comes in with 38 damage resist and 35 energy resist. The arm comes in with 20 damage resist and 16 energy resist. The leg comes in with 21 damage resist and 16 energy resist, with a total of 139 damage resist, 119 energy resist, and 5 radiation resist. For the heavy right armor, chest piece comes in with 48 damage resist and 45 energy resist. The arms have 24 damage resist and 20 energy resist. And the legs come in with 25 damage resist and 20 energy resist, with a total of 165 damage resist, pretty good numbers, 145 energy resist, and 5 radiation resist. Now for weight, and this is as is the comparison between stuff. For the weight of the heavy right armor, you're looking at 82.5, which is a fair amount, where the heavy combat armor comes in with a total of the 112 damage resist, 116 energy resist, and 5 radiation resist. Obviously, that stuff still is with the uniform thing on these, and with that is 43.5 weight. So it's almost double the weight for like an extra. What would it roughly be for damage? It's about an extra 50 points of damage and 30-ish points of energy resist extra. Now, that ain't even including all of the modifications. Now, what is that down there? Oh, it's a settler. Now, for the modifications, I will just show here. Where is it? I've got it here somewhere. Here we go. The Riot Gear Optics controller. Now, I'll have a quick clip up where I found this. So you'll find this on Armored Ghouls. I went everywhere, and I mean everywhere I could think of that had ghouls. I couldn't find nothing, and then I was like, oh wait, no, that's right. There is one place I haven't exactly looked, which was the Glowing Sea. And as you'll be able to see, as in the clip, I went to the church in the Glowing Sea, and lo and behold, there was a single ghoul there with the Riot armor on. Thankfully, because I was starting to lose hope, much with the baton. I kind of wish the baton was more of a what do you call it, a mod you could get somewhere, as is it. I have tried so many places with the gunners, I couldn't find a single one, so yeah, a bit unfortunate with that. Anyway, let's have a look at this armor. Well, actually, as well, I'll quickly show on the enemy stuff. What I've got on at the moment, this is technically the strongest you can get the armor at, also not. But as I'll quickly show sort of here, as you can see there, the helmet, that's perception. We'll get in that in a minute. So yeah, the damage resist I've got is 220 for my chest plate, which compared, I didn't actually write down the single part. I wrote down the total, not the single. For this, actually, I can quickly show back here on the mannequins. So normal, actually, yes, that's 28. So the weight does not change. It does not look like so. You're better going with the heavy version for that reason. Unless you're using it for survival mode, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, let's have a look at this. So, I will say, unfortunately, what you can kind of see, compared to the normal helmets to what my helmet looks like. Again, I should have had more mannequin set up. I'll probably be doing that more in the future. I will admit, I'm just not used to having or doing mod reviews like this where they're really, wouldn't actually say a lot or really big, but it's more so like this is like a lot of customization stuff. So I'm more used to as is the single armor, single weapon type of thing. But anyway, so more or less the best here you're looking at is going to be the Brotherhood of Steel Rider armor. Now, as you can still see here, the Brotherhood of Steel one has the higher damage resist, but if you're going with the polymer fiber one, you're looking at one less damage. Oh wait, no, actually, hold on. You're looking at slightly less energy resist. I mean, slightly more energy resist, but slightly lower radiation resist. So that's your pick and choose type of thing there. And then we got for the mask part of this. Obviously, yes, there's different things here. Now, the main sort of things you're going to be looking at. So you got your lights. So with this, it kind of shows, obviously, what would be, well, so the Riot mask, a standard issued ballistic mask, slightly increases physical and energy resistance, where the light version of it is a lighter mask that offers increased visibility at the cost of protection. So that you've got to try and focus on is what you want. I obviously went here with the prototype Riot mask. I don't know, actually, does it look different? Yeah, okay, kind of does look slightly different. You're still seeing the eyes. They're like orangey parts in the eyes. So yeah, all in all, not too different. Although that actually could be, is that because of what I've... Okay, yeah, so you can still see the eyes slightly change, so it's not too much. So with the filter, again, another kind of thing with here, you can either go with, well, as is, yes, the experimental filter, massively increases radiation. For like what you need for stats isn't actually too bad, I will say. Or you go the rebreather, recycles inhaled oxygen for improved users' performance, slightly increases action and action point bonus and regen. So I still think the experimental filter is better for that, as is for that reason of the increase for radiation. Resist eye mods. This is where you get into all the cool stuff. I have the... Well, I'll show you these. The goggles I don't really think change too much. So you got thermal goggles. So that's one. So as I'm not 100% sure what it too much changes. But I mean, I suppose it's is that the lenses make it lighter, and the goggle, like obviously, like thermal goggles is 22 weight, where the thermal lens is only 19.2. So yeah, it's a bit of a difference there. But anyway, for the night vision lenses, and this is where you need this little doohickey. Turn that off, and so yes, we've got the night vision here, as you can still see. As is, my favorite is still the thermal, but I'll show you infrared. And even better yet, you don't even have to exactly change too much. So that's the infrared. Again, not the greatest, I think. I don't know. I don't really like the look of it. And then the best one is this thermal one. Now, the greatest thing I think with the thermal, so it's obviously nighttime right now. We've got like this really nice purple sort of color, but you can obviously track everything. So naturally, if you're going between, like if you want to use this for whatever you're going to use it with, obviously you'll be able to see everything. Again, is why I kind of think the light version of this stuff could even also work for being like a stealth op type of armor. As is, like, I really think this works for the Minutemen of anything. I've always found it weird that we couldn't take the armor off other enemies and use it for the Minutemen. I will say that. Same sort of thing here. Not too much difference. You're just sort of picking either. What is this? Yes, that's. Yeah, it's not too much of a difference. It's just slight, as this slight things doesn't affect too much. Next, we've got here the Minutemen paint. We've got a few different paints. I will say, I have no mod to replace to change that. That's why I want to have multiple mannequins for next time I do a mod like this. I actually need to probably change my mod area here to accommodate more mannequins for stuff like this. But we've got that one, the shark jaws, the Minutemen. Actually, I picked that one. The kill count, hallucinogen, Riot logo, DC, or Diamond City logo, Boston Riot Control logo, and then no symbol. And then also we've got our headlamps. And we don't have the Vault Boy one. That's interesting. Anyways, for the armor, same sort of thing here. The Brotherhood Steel ones there. Oh, actually, yeah. So again, so you got 54 and 94. So yeah, if you're not too worried about that extra 15 radiation, you're going to go with the polymer. Although again, another thing is obviously here the Brotherhood Steel one does not require like nothing, which that's bizarre. Is that a bug? Anyone as this knows, please let me know. Normal sort of stuff there. I'm not going to get in that. And then still we've got all the sort of emblems here. You can sort of just see they change. That's on the chest piece there. And then we've got the star. You can sort of see just underneath the armor part there, the logo changes. Again, it's why I wish I had more I should have put more mannequins down. As is for armor, the arms and legs are essentially all the same. As is for that stuff, all practically the same stuff as this. Also, like yeah, so I don't know why that's the Brotherhood Steel then. Maybe. Okay, yeah. So I say the Brotherhood Steel one is a normal type of thing. There, it's just radiation. I believe that's all for this mod. Like I said, I do want to have more mannequins in the future. What I kind of need to do, because I normally, for armor, I show the male and female for what it looks like. So I'm probably thinking behind this area, I'm going to have to do more. Oh, there we go. See, another cool thing like that, they turn off. So what's the time now? So it's just past 6 AM. So really cool thing, again, I can't think this for survival mode, is you have a few of these things around your settlement during survival mode or something like that. You can see when it's day or night. And also, yes, naturally, I mean, you could just see there, but that also helps with we're looking at stuff like solar powered and the night person, night person sort of stuff. That could in some ways actually help you for that reason of they're essentially auto, like solar powered auto lights, which I really do like that effect with them. As is, I kind of hope more things were like that. But anyway, like enough of my last minute rambling. As is, hope one has enjoyed this. As is, go check it out. As is, if I do find that baton, I will make a second sort of follow-up video. If not, unfortunately enough, I didn't get to have a look at it because I was really interested in that. And yeah, as this quick note for the mod author, I'm just looking at my one piece that looks different. But anyway, yeah, as this quick note from the mod author, just an idea as is for the Riot gear sort of stuff. I don't know what the baton is, but I think it'd be kind of cool to have a beanbag launcher, maybe at Cambridge or something like that. I reckon would work as is as being Riot gear sort of stuff. But anyway, as is, everyone has enjoyed, and I shall see everybody next time.